Welcome to Coming Home to Yourself, the podcast for high-achieving women ready to lead from within. I'm Yagoda, and here we dive into real conversations about confidence, clarity, and emotional freedom. Each week, I'll share honest stories, gentle insights, and soul-deep shifts to help you reconnect with the woman beneath the roles. This is your space to slow down, breathe, and exhale, to stop performing strength and start living your truth. To remember who you are beneath it all. Let's begin. Your anxiety isn't a personality flaw. It's the sound of your nervous system screaming because you're trying to micromanage your entire life. I'm jagodavitez, and you're listening to Coming Home to Yourself. Today we're talking about the silent battle that defines your life. The tug of war between control and trust. If you're a high-achieving woman, you were taught to equate control with strength, right? You manage every variable, anticipate every risk, and you have the perfect 5-year plan. You've achieved amazing success because you're a master of organization and discipline. But is success worth the constant inner fight? Let me ask you, if control is safety, why are you so tired? Why does your jaw ache at the end of the day? Why do you wake up at 3 a.m. every single night with a racing mind, playing out worst-case scenarios? I want to pose the most provocative question you will hear all week. What if the very thing you think is keeping you safe, your relentless need for absolute control, is the actual source of your chronic exhaustion, your anxiety, and the quiet loneliness you feel despite all your achievements? For the high achiever, the drive to control is rooted in fear and the desire for perfection. We fear failure, we fear being judged, and we fear the discomfort of uncertainty. So we become master micromanagers of our lives. We control our diet, our work, output, our children's schedules, and even our own emotions. We believe if we can just hold the reins tightly enough, nothing bad can possibly happen. This creates the deep-seated scarcity anchor, the belief that there isn't enough time, money, or support, forcing you to overfunction and carry the full weight of the world on your shoulders. But here's the absolute truth about constant control. It creates resistance. You're fighting the natural flow of life, trying to bend reality to your rigid plan. Stop trying to force a perfect square into a fluid circle, okay? And it starves creativity. When you only accept the known, planned outcome, you block the brilliant, unexpected opportunities life is trying to send you. It disconnects you from your body. Control is purely a mental activity. It forces you to live permanently in your head, ignoring the quiet wisdom and truth that your body is whispering. If this is landing for you, hit that subscribe button so we can keep having these conversations together. And if someone's face came to mind while you were listening, send it her way. She might need it more than you know. You are permanently stuck in the sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight mode. Have you ever tried to achieve something so hard, work so relentlessly, only to find yourself even further away from what you work for? And did you ever get something amazing, but you didn't really work hard for it? You were just in a state of flow and trust. I know I have. And this is the difference. I know this trap well. I spent years in a prestigious role, meticulously controlling my public image, my work output, and my home life. It looked like success. It felt like walking on a high wire every single day, waiting for the inevitable moment at fall. The lesson I learned from most public and difficult experience was this. My energy spent on controlling the narrative was the same energy I could have spent building my eternal certainty. And this brings us to the crucial shift. True peace is not the absence of uncertainty. It is the presence of firm self-trust. The problem isn't that you don't control enough things. The problem is you don't trust your ability to handle things, even if they go wrong. And the discovery here is that control is built on the belief I have to force it to happen. And trust is built on the belief I am capable of handling whatever happens. And that shift is one word in the definition of true power. It's a difference between striving and allowing. And the true goal is to become so anchored in your own strength and clarity that you no longer need to. You cannot lead an expansive, peaceful life from a contracted, fearful place. To move from fear-based control to trust-based peace, you need to use your body as a compass. Your body is always communicating the truth, but your controlling mind is too loud to hear it. The only way to truly surrender control is to move your focus from the frantic planning mind to the wisdom of the present embodied moment. And this isn't about giving up responsibility. It's about shifting the measure of success from a rigid external outcome to an internal feeling of alignment and peace. To stop trading your peace for a to-do list. When you shift from command and control to trust and embodiment, you stop wasting 80% of your energy worrying about the future. You start making decisions from a place of clarity, your intuition, not panic. You create space for life to be better than you could have possibly planned. I walk this path, and the shift always starts with a very intentional practice, a rewiring of your nervous system. And we're going to do a quick inner compass check-in right now. I want you to sit back and notice the posture you are currently holding. Is your body tight? Ready to spring into action? Or is it soft and resting? Just notice. because you cannot heal what you refuse to feel. Now consciously relax your shoulders, unclench your jaw, and put your feet flat on the floor. Think about one thing you are trying desperately to control right now. A project, a conversation, a deadline. Where does the fear of losing control live in your body? Is it a knot in your stomach? Tightness in your chest? That is your control mechanism firing. Now, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, I want you to gently whisper to yourself, not out loud, one sentence to your body. I am safe, even if I don't know the outcome. Repeat it. I am safe, even if I don't know the outcome. Hold that posture of safety. Notice the subtle shift. You didn't solve the problem, but you returned to peace. This practice, the practice of presence, is the key. You didn't think your way into peace, you felt your way home through your body. The mind follows the body's lead. And now it's time to move from listening to doing. I have a challenge for you this week. Your small surrender challenge. So, identify one low-stake area. Choose one area where you habitually micromanage. It could be a simple morning routine, checking your emails 10 times, or correcting your partner. For one day this week, consciously withdraw your impulse to control or correct that one thing. Let it be good enough instead of perfect. Let go of the need for the perfect outcome. And at the end of that day, answer this question. What did the universe provide when I created space by letting go of control? Because the universe always provides something, even if it's just more peace. This small act is a tiny key turning in the lock of your cage. Every time you choose trust over control, you rebuild your confidence and your capacity for joy. If this episode spoke to you, it's because that inner part of you is desperate to stop performing and start living. You have the confidence for this. You just need to tap into the trust. You were not put on this earth to be master controller. You were put here to live, to create, and to lead with confidence. And that confidence is not something you earn, it's something you remember and embody. And if you're ready to dismantle the deeply rooted scarcity programming that drives your need for control and want the guided, body-based practice to fully embody the confidence and expansive clarity of your most authentic self, then the coming home to yourself blueprint is your essential next step. If you want the details, DM me and I'll share more information with you. Thank you for being here with me today. Until the next time, breathe. Be gentle with yourself. You deserve to be free. Thanks for listening to Coming Home to Yourself. If this episode spoke to you, take a moment to subscribe and share it with one woman who needs it. And if you're ready to go deeper, come find me on Instagram or Facebook, because this isn't just a podcast, it's a return to your body, to your breath, to your heart, to your own voice. Your story matters. You matter. See you next time.